So this we're going to watch the 44-47, I think this is. And we're going to start Neptune stage, and we're just going to talk through this. Your route for the game starts with Neptune. So let's go. It's worth noting this video, there's an opening cutscene in the game if you didn't do a soft reset on your Game Boy holding A, B, start, select. We decided that keeping it was kind of silly, and it's only really 1 second anyway, and anybody can just mash start. So we took it out so that you can do soft resets. So when you see that in here and you don't see it in later videos, don't worry about it. The stage select, let's play this video to the point we see the stage select. All right, we just kind of skipped over it. So here's the thing. Oh, let's put that back there. Move the whiteboard back on top. If you hit, it just kind of goes in a circle. Every one of those following that cycle is pushing right on the D-pad, and if you hold left, you'll go the other way. Up and down, I don't believe actually do anything. So don't use up and down. Your starting sort of planet for this is, you start on Mercury stage, and I believe Mercury just hasn't rendered in the corner of the screen here yet. You're going to push right twice and get to Neptune stage and go. Now I'm actually switching controls in the background here. Remember, hit L and R to go to the Super Game Boy menu. If you have this on a Game Boy interface, that's faster. So the first thing you're going to kind of notice here in this stage is that we've got this rising and falling sub. That is going to come into play on the second screen. So movement on this is actually kind of tight. So really all you're doing at first is sliding and shooting things. Yay. Just sort of slide once, shoot, slide twice. You take out the Mets of this game. And we're going to have this little jump here. You notice here right away I've actually started already charging the Buster. We'll keep my mouse in there. Keep my mouse. So it's quick jump up here, slide under this guy by just continuing to slide, and I'm already jumping. There's going to be a helicopter kind of in... Wow, I need to stop doing that. It's going to be a helicopter kind of in this area of the next screen, and Mega Man's going to jump kind of up to here, which will put him, here, and we're going to fire this full charge at the helicopter. The helicopters have 9 hit points, and we want to destroy them fast. So there's 1. So we need to get 6 more hit points in. I don't think it really matters if you go for 3 full charge shots or if you do what I'm about to do here, which I believe is a half charge and a lemon. It's a lemon and a half charge. It's a very minimal difference. I believe that's a little bit faster than doing 3 full charges, but you're pretty much fine still doing it because the second chopper kind of depends on this rising and falling of the ship. You can kind of see the ship is going up and down as we go. Be on the right side of the screen when you destroy this chopper. Screen scrolls faster. Yay. We know how speedrunning works. This next screen has 2 more Mets, and our goal is to have a full charge when we get to the end of the screen with the sub at its highest point, and we need to jump to Mega Man's highest point. Sorry for my webcam cutting off my hand. And then go to the next screen. We need exactly that much height. Basically, the maximum height for this next screen. So slide, shoot, slide, 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 shoot, slide, and we're charging. And you can kind of see the sub starting to move up. You can kind of see the subs as high as it's going to get right here. This enemy sometimes will just not jump in time. You might be sliding too fast and you'll slide into him. I have not put that much work into it because I'm looking at the game timer here in the splits. This is 31 seconds into the run. This is, easily reset territory. So again, jump to as high as Mega Man can get here and shoot. You even saw there, I want to actually go back on this. Mega Man here, if you like watch for it, there's going to be a very vertical jump for a little bit. I'm going to stop moving forward and just make sure I get all the height. And like you barely kind of get this bottom corner of the chopper. It's not immediately obvious here, but we actually have one tile less height than we did for the first chopper. Like the first chopper, you had this extra level here, so it was easy to jump and shoot it. This one, you needed all that height in the world to get up there. The backup, if you're in a race situation or something like that and you don't want to reset for, all this, is to wait for the sub to actually get all the way to the bottom of its cycle before triggering the screen transition, and then you just walk on so that the sub kind of gets into a better position for you to jump and shoot the chopper once it begins its attack pattern. It's about 4 seconds slower. So when you get here, because of this, the chopper, the first thing it's going to do is go all the way left. Just shoot it, get another charge. Done. There is a concept, if you don't do Neptune first for some reason, you could do Venus first, and it's not too bad. And the only real reason to do Venus first is because those choppers go down in 2 bubbles from Venus's weapon. That's really the only reason to do it. Venus's stage is a little trickier, and obviously the boss takes longer there, and you don't get a weakness for Neptune out of it. So if you have that much trouble with these choppers, maybe, but just learn the choppers. From here on out with Neptune stage, I mean, this next screen is pretty simple. Just get through it. This is actually the checkpoint of the stage, and this is about 45 seconds into the run, not even, and that counts, stage select and everything else. Beam out is close to 250 if you know what you're doing. It's a little bit less than that optimally. So you have a long stage coming up. The theme of the rest of the stage is actually going to be damage boosts. Again, Mega Man has 19 hit points, and there's going to be these steam jets that we're going to damage boost off of that do 4 points of damage each. Neptune, I would always recommend, is probably the one star droid you want to be able to get through this entire stage. 2 framers? Oh, you're going to have to remind me what 2 framers we're talking about here. Or are we talking about like 2 pixels? Again, Mannix is in chat helping me out. Mannix has a good time in this game too. The pipe jumps. Oh god, pipe jumps. Pipe jumps are 5-frame jumps, except they're 2-frame jumps. So, again, everything in this game lags the game. There's a drop. There's a drop. Here's a flying enemy. When you're first learning the game, feel free to take out these flying enemies. They take two hit points, and they explode, so don't be close to them. This all lags the game, though. So the goal here is going to be to kind of get close to this drop and do a quick hop up, slide all the way over here, quick hop up, and just keep going. There's going to be another one of these flying eye enemies not too far after it. So this guy, I think he comes to about here. So you can jump under him without too much trouble, but just watch the giant pit of destiny here. Also, you have water that's pushing you. So don't just, stand there and not hold the button. Don't get hit either in the water flow and get pushed back. Look how far out this slide jump is. My god. This is one of those Mega Man games you could basically have Mega Man's finger propel his entire body into the air. So really, like every Mega Man game, our goal is to just slide and do things. Large health drop, just get it. It's in your way. Watch for this Met, jump and shoot. I want to draw everyone's attention to this cracked pipe. That's going to be the theme that we're going to see coming up. If you shoot this, this one specifically, I believe, shoots just water flow to slow you down. Ones later in the stage are going to shoot the gas, kind of like if you're familiar with Wave Man stage in NES Mega Man 5. It's basically that. And then P-chip drops. Just be careful because you are still pushed a little faster in the water while sliding through it. Unlike Toadman stage in NES Mega Man 4, it's a lot easier to jump out of those water flows that are pushing you down. So, kind of just off the screen over here is another one of these flying enemies. Also, just behind it is another waterfall pipe that's not open yet. So you don't want to hit this guy with a full charge, because then you'll crack the pipe and get pushed back and it slows you down, and you'll probably get hit by the explosion. You'll barely stay alive and you'll be sad, and you'll lose a few seconds in the first stage, and you'll say, well, I haven't even been playing a minute left yet. Let's reset. So here's what this enemy is going to do. As you're jumping up here, it's going to fly out to here. And depending on where Mega Man is, it's either going to try and go straight down, it's going to kind of go this way, or it might fly this way. The goal that I've always had is to try and have it kind of go off to the left here to get it off the screen and despawn it to make less lag. If it goes down, it's at least not following you. If it comes right, it's just going to lag a little bit. It's not a big deal. So let's see how I did. Again, really short hops to try and get up there quickly. You can see our friend the pipe here with the crack. Somewhere up here is another one of those giant hopper enemies. So here we go. You can see the game's struggling to kind of do anything with this enemy chasing us. Charge shot on this guy. I don't think everybody kills this guy. I just don't trust him to always jump and for you to be able to slide underneath him. So full charge shot will kill him. 124 in this video. 119. Okay, whatever. We get to watch this again. So just about the football chopper guys, this is where you can hurt them. Don't shoot the shield in the front. This is a bad idea. Shoot up here. You can see the shot went high. There you go. Okay, yeah, Mannix is actually pointing this out to me too and reminding me. Let's back the tape up just a little bit. Right here, again, the 5-frame jumps in Mega Man 3 is 2-frame jumps here. You can actually jump out of this, and rather than kind of slide in here and having to hop up, saves just a little bit of time. It's something you can go for here. This is not a huge time save, but it is a time save. So the next screen is where our damage boosting begins. You land here. There's a cracked pipe. Here's a Met. You basically want to shoot slide and then shoot again. And I believe it's shoot slide to about here. This Met gets taken out. The second shot hits this, and now you want to jump here. All right, cool. You can slide off the edge, and that shot will actually still take care of it. So, damage boosting really quick. Mega Man got hit from this side, from the left side, so he's going right. Damage boosting in a lot of Mega Man games is a little tricky on how it works. In this game, it actually, I think it's closest to Mega Man 11 from the normal series, so shoutouts to Mega Man 11 for doing damage boosting right. Mega Man gets knocked in the direction that the enemy should be pushing him, based on where Mega Man hits him. Mega Man 1 and 2, it's by facing of the enemy, and in every other game, it seems to be Mega Man goes backwards, whichever direction that happens to be. In this game, you can be looking whatever direction you want, and if you hit the right side of the enemy, you will be pushed left. So, we're taking this damage boost here, because we've got this steam jet here. And now we have iframes. You have to be falling when you take these iframes that, Mega Man still has them. We're just going to go straight through this passageway here. Slide, jump, slide. So here, this is actually kind of interesting. And shoutouts to interlaced graphics. We've got the steam jet. Comes out to roughly here. We don't want to get hit by it. I can't really describe very well how this works, but I'm going to try. When I slide off this ledge here, I kind of let go of right while I'm in the slide, and Mega Man kind of falls, and then somewhere in, like, halfway through the fall, I start holding right again, and then as soon as I land, I jump. See, Mega Man was not on the ground for very long there at all, and you land really far out on this pipe. I don't understand how that works or why it works, but it works. So once you just kind of work out that just wait for a beat timing, I don't think there's that many situations in this game where I'm going to leave you with a poor explanation like that, but you can do it. Kill this guy. And then there's going to be a steam jet up here. I believe it is hypothetically possible to jump over this steam jet and kind of get to this ledge and then go if you're willing to go for it. If you take the hit, it's kind of annoying. There is another floating enemy here, and there's another pipe back here that we want to take another one of those jumping, falling damage boosts off of. To that end, don't use a full charge here, but I believe what I'm doing here is I'm going to jump, fire a lemon, and jump, and on the way down, fire a second lemon. And that's going to take out the head, and then we're going to do the jump into the damage boost. That gives you the iframes on this screen to go through all of that. Yay. I am not yet holding B into the screen transition. Not that it really matters. I believe, my belief at least, is that holding a charge lags the game, so I'm not holding a charge. People will tell me I'm wrong, and they're probably right. But this is just what I'm doing. I am, now that I'm hit the screen transition, you've got a lot of time for the screen transition to happen. Now I am holding B. I'm going to get a half charge to take out this enemy right here. Just as soon as I'm at about that right height and I see Mega Man flashing, fire, release B again, you'll have the half charge go. This is kind of a water section. I think there's one more of those enemies here. I'm going to hit with another half charge. I guess we didn't talk about it. You can start holding B to charge in a slide. So that doesn't produce a lemon, which doesn't produce lag. And in a couple of situations, you might specifically want a half charge. So here, yes, jumping. There is a lot of lag when you generate a splash. That said, this kind of climb is kind of weird. So just get up here. We're talking about frames. Mannix is reminding me, Mega Man. So Mega Man 3, 4, and 5 Game Boy are all ones where you can charge the Buster. In 3 and 4, if you hold B through a screen transition, you actually charge the Buster through that screen transition. In Mega Man 5, your charge does not increase through a screen transition. It stays where it was when you started it. So there's another one of these 2-frame jumps coming up. This waterfall will push you down. I believe, are we going to slide through this anyway? Yeah, we just slide through it and hold right. So just watch this Met, and we're going to go. So you can see it already happening here with the interlaced graphics. This is actually a really cool shot because there's Mega Man's hand, and here's the jump animation that's free and clear of the pipe. Yeah, this was a really cool pause. So a few notes about this. Again, you're likely to take a lot of damage in this stage, although this, I believe, is the last time you are likely to take damage if you know what you're doing. Mega Man has 19 hit points. We took 8 in the damage boosts to get here. It is always worth going through here. Even if you don't get this jump, it's faster to slide, miss the jump, take damage, and then climb the ladder than it is to wait for the steam to stop. So always go for this, and if you've already taken that much damage, okay, wait till you're good at the game to reset all the time. And if you're not good, just wait. But yeah, so making this jump, I think, saves 3 seconds or something stupid like that. It's a nice little time save. Da, 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 da. There's my music cue for where I am. So a few things about these steam jets. They puff 10 times, and all of these on the screen, they're kind of at the same point. I believe Tremaine says they go for 4 cycles, and that's how he times going immediately. 2, 3, 4, and you can kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay, I don't know it exactly. This is another situation where I'm not holding B into the screen transition, although now that I'm in it, I am holding B because I do want to charge, and I don't want to fire a lemon while I'm climbing the ladder. This next screen is a little bit of timing. There's a flying enemy here. and there's 2 jets of steam. We want to kill the flyer. If you're holding B coming on the screen, it is possible to not get a full charge with the Buster. You will almost always get that full charge. Basically, about as soon as you get it back, and you can see Mega Man's already inching forward, that's when it's safe to jump. You can work out the timing of that a little tighter. There's one more of those jumps later on this stage where I basically do the same thing. I use the arm coming back itself as my timing mechanism. Here's a 2-tile slide under some spikes. You can push right up against this wall, and as long as you don't push right into the spikes, you'll be okay. This is, by the way, is the only water screen in the game. You can jump out of slides underwater for whatever that's worth. So I started holding B probably around here. Half charge, kill this guy. Yay. Again, the splashing at the top of the water will cause a little bit of lag, so you don't want to get out of the water, but you do need to kind of navigate this. I think at one point ages ago, Tremaine said that the P's lag the game, like every drop lags the game, so I kind of get them. It's worth noting, you do need to get 30 P chips the first half of the game. So those are 4 free ones, along with a few free ones earlier in here. 60 P chips makes for a safer route. It's all around one thing in the very end of the game, but you need to get W tanks for 30 P chips each, and yeah, you only need 1. 2 is nice safety. So there we go. You can jump out of slides underwater. Just make sure that if those enemies drop health drops, you will not have full health here unless you got large health drops earlier. So be mindful of your slides into spikes and don't die. This is another just slide through here. Remember, you are in the waterfall, so be careful if you want to slide jump here. There's nothing wrong with doing a slide jump there. I didn't do a slide jump because I'm a chicken, and that's why I only have a 44-47. We're going to climb this. There's going to be off-screen kind of another one of those bombing enemies here, and I mentioned that I'm already holding the charge. There's a timing mechanism I use here. It comes back, I jump once, then I go. And you saw that the smoke jet just kind of went away right before I hit it. It is possible to land on this ledge and jump over the steam while it's still going and save just a little bit of time. VB worked on proving that worked. I'm pretty sure Tremaine's task does it. If you're crazy, you can do it too. I'm looking at you, Prissy. Callouts here. That's a steam jet that I believe comes out this way. Just don't shoot it. And shoot slide there. Welcome to your first boss gate. So Neptune, the boss fight. Let's let Neptune show up on the screen. Look at him. So Neptune basically likes to take small hops or big hops and cross the screen. I don't really know the method to the madness. Either way, kind of like Proto Man and Mega Man 3, you just want to slide underneath him. I mentioned in sort of the quick weapon tutorial again, half charges are your friend for doing DPS to bosses. No exception here. You can charge while the boss introduces himself. So charge, get the full charge in, because the boss does have an odd number of hit points. You're going to need to get an extra 1 damage at some point anyway. Again, half charges do 2, full charges do 3, lemons do 1. Neptune himself has 2 attacks, 1 if you're close to him, 1 if you're far away from him. If you're far away from him, Neptune's just going to stand there, jump up and down like an idiot, and lots of raindrops are going to fall down from the sky. It's not a rain flush full screen attack. It's just a lot of shots on the screen, and it really lags the game. Never see that attack. It's bad. It's actually fine for just beating the video game. I should clarify that. It's bad for speed. If you're just trying to get through the game, you're probably fine. Okay, baby seems okay. So let's watch this fight. Neptune's going to kind of jump across the screen, and as soon as we get under him, we're going to kind of see the other attack here. You can also see, right, full charge, half charge, and as soon as he lands, there's going to be another half charge ready. So, if you watched the weapon tutorial, you saw saltwater kind of takes this kind of an arc. and then there's 3 like small shots that come out like that. Anything you get hit by here that's not Neptune himself does 2 hit points of damage. So if you took a lot of damage boosts, if you took extra damage in the stage, you might have only 3 or 1 hit point at this point. It's the first stage of the speed run, so feel free to reset. Really, you just need to be able to do this fight. You want to be close to him to trigger him using it. If you're not feeling lucky, get out of there. Slide out of the way, get back. We are feeling lucky. We're speedrunners, right? We're going to do one of these sort of jump over his head, hover up here, and then come back underneath after the shot is passed moves. Neptune's sprite does not signify his entire hitbox. I think like you can stand inside his hands to some extent. But let's see this. There, you saw that? Mega Man just jumped right over it. And again, more half charges. And look at Neptune's life meter. That's basically this fight. Just dodge and shoot and dodge and shoot. Neptune's number of hops might vary as he goes around, so just be mindful of that. Don't get hit. Kill Neptune. Here, I got hit. Mega Man V, you lose control once the boss dies, so you want to stay centered to get your weapon get. We got salt water. How about that? So that's Neptune stage. Yay. There's a weapon get cutscene. You see him throw the salt water and demonstrate the thing. He doesn't demonstrate the if you're holding right, it goes further to the right mechanic, or that you can hold down and it shoots further down. So just kind of know about that. Passwords. Oh, at the end of a stage, you can push B and go to Dr. Light's lab. Don't do that deep in the Wily stage. I'll mention that again at the Wily stage one. You can push select from the stage select to go to the lab too.